This week on Disney with Disabilities. Now, I know we just covered the People Mover here on As Bob Sees It, but there is so much more to Tomorrowland, and now that everything's back open, let's try and cover it all! I mean, Tron's going to be a thing soon. I'm not sure how anybody with disabilities is going to ride it, though. And hopefully, no matter what other changes they make, we'll always have Sunny Eclipse. I love Tomorrowland, but where do you even start? There's so much to see and do in Tomorrowland. Well, I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. The 1964 World's Fair in New York City and Progress Land, which as we know became Carousel of Progress. And Carousel of Progress is completely accessible to wheelchairs. It's also compatible with Disney's handheld assistance technology device, which helps guests who have difficulty hearing and can even provide closed captioning for those that need that. The device is provided free of charge. You just need to check in at guest relations when you go to the park. The show itself follows 4 separate scenes following man's technological progress from the turn of the century up until, well, 1993, when apparently we stopped making progress. Or at least Disney stopped updating the ride. And I guess, technically, it is a ride. Because while the stage with its audio animatronics stays stationary, the stadium seating that you're sitting in is what's actually moving, as you can see from the outside of the building. I really do love this entire show, even Grandma's foray into virtual reality.
You nincompoop!
Hey, check it out, Dad. Grandma's up to 975 points.
Because, as they're proud of pointing out,
Carousel of Progress has had more performances than any other stage show in the history of American theater.
As for me, I'm willing to see Carousel of Progress over and over again, and maybe Uncle Orville will get what he really wants.
No privacy at all around this place.
Now that we've visited the Carousel of Progress and we make our way out, the next stop is going to be, well, pretty familiar to us. It'll be the People Mover. I'm not going to do an in-depth study of the People Mover. You just saw it a couple of weeks ago when Gene took the ride for us. But since this is Disney with Disabilities, I wanted you to see how far it is from the parking area for ECVs and wheelchairs to where you actually have to head over to the line and stay in the line before you go onto the People Mover. It can be quite the wait, and you have to stand up the entire time. Since we're in the neighborhood, let's head on over to the Astro Orbiter. It's just around the back of the People Mover. Now, the Astro Orbiter is a must-transfer ride. Kind of like Dumbo, but way higher up in the air. And with the Astro Orbiter, you don't have to worry about stairs or ramps, because it has its own elevator to take you straight up to the ride. Now, once you're up there, the Astro Orbiter is a pretty cool ride, but you don't have to take my word for it. Let's go on the ride itself.
To make your rocket ship fly higher, pull back on the control lever in front of you. To descend, just push the control lever forward. Thank you. Pilots, prepare for liftoff. Orbiter is now beginning its descent. Please remain seated until your rocket ship stops, then follow the arrows to the flight deck. Welcome back, pilots.
I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get hungry, so let's go straight back down the elevator to the launching pad. It's right at the base of the tower that holds the Astro Orbiter, and it doesn't serve space fare, just hot dogs and pulled pork, but they're pretty good. Okay, now that we've eaten lunch, how about some ice cream over at Anti-Gravity's?
Stitch like ice cream.
Stitch?
How?
Stitch, what are you doing here?
Stitch got ice cream.
Aren't you supposed to be in that meet and greet?
Stitch escape.
But people are waiting for you.
Those people?
Yeah, those people. They really want to meet you.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
Now, our next attraction didn't open until 4 years after the park did in 1975. And most people consider it just as iconic as the rest of the Magic Kingdom. It's Space Mountain. And Space Mountain is a must-transfer ride. You're going to have to go down a separate hallway to where you get on your rocket pod. And spoilers ahead for those of you that don't want to see what the ride looks like with the lights on. And I really couldn't think of anybody better to ride the ride for us than Connor Devitt. You remember Connor? He went on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad for us over in the Frontierland episode of Disney with Disabilities. So hold on, here we go. One of the places I've really wanted to go since it was back open was the Tomorrowland Speedway, but you know, it's kind of looking like it's too dark for that. We should come up with another plan. Some way to see the Tomorrowland Speedway when it's not all dark outside and such. Oh, wait a second. I've got a really good idea. Well, we're almost there. It's daytime, but this is when the Speedway was closed. We need to, I don't know, try again? There now, that's more like it. Welcome to the Tomorrowland Speedway. It used to be Autopia. Tomorrowland Speedway is a classic, and as you can probably guess by looking at the cars, it is a must-transfer ride. Now you enter the Tomorrowland Speedway through the regular queue line like everybody else, but they're going to take you out at the bottom because they're going to keep you on the lower ramp instead of crossing all those steps. So you'll be getting in your car right about here. Well, now that we've had this much fun on the Speedway, there's only one thing left to do, and that's get the best souvenir you can possibly get. Your Tomorrowland Speedway driver's license. What? Huh? When? Okay, never mind that. Well, apparently they didn't put those machines back in after they reopened the ride. But I know something almost as fun that you can do. Let's head on over to Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin and go on a ride there. First, Buzz is going to teach us all about the XP-37 space car, and then we're just going to stay in the regular queue line with everybody else. Even in a wheelchair, you're going to go through the regular queue line just up until the part where you'd actually be getting on the ride. And from here, they're going to send you down the blue hallway. Because Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin is 100% wheelchair accessible.
How you doing?
We got a tuner squadron today, I see. Are you able to transfer?
No.
That's okay. You're going to go down the hallway on the left, okay?
Okay, just down this way?
Yep, down the hallway on the left.
Okay.
Now they do only have one car set up specifically for wheelchairs, so you might have to wait a minute until that car comes around to you. But loading is pretty straightforward. You just pull right on and they put the ramp up. And really, the faster the better, because they have to stop the whole ride for you. But then it's on to the shooting gallery.
Green Squadron, secure the power cells for transport.
After that much fun and that much excitement, I think we need to go sit down and enjoy ourselves over at the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Your stunned silence is very reassuring.
Monsters Inc. laugh floor is completely handicap accessible and wheelchair accessible. You even get to sit right down front. Surprisingly enough, though, I couldn't find anywhere where it said it was accessible for the closed captioning device that Disney has. So if you find out otherwise, let me know in the comment section below.
Welcome to the laugh floor. My name is Buddy Boyle. I'm one of the funny monsters here, and I am not your MC. That stands for Monster Ceremonies. That job goes to a little green guy. If you know his name, go ahead and yell it out.
Mike Wazowski.
You are correct. It is Mike Wazowski, and that completes the mic check.
See that giant canister? That's when we collect your laughter. The more you laugh, the more power we collect. The less you laugh, well, we may not have enough power to open the exit doors.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the laugh floor! And now, make some noise for your monster of ceremonies, me, Mike Wazowski!
Hello, humans!
Nice.
Yes, wonderful with the weights.
Like, for starters, I know the capital of every human country.
Every human?
Yeah, every one of them.
All right.
Do it.
Let's see what you know. Humans, help me out. Shout out names of countries really loud, please.
India.
Thank you. First one I heard was India.
Capital of India? Boom!
Anyone?
Whoa, 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 whoa! What's up with that guy?
Why not you?
Yeah. He looks lost.
I live in New Jersey.
New Jersey! Hey, know why they call New Jersey the Garden State?
Oh, why's that?
Because while you're there, you guard your keys, you guard your car, you guard your wallet.
Weren't they great, folks? Weren't they great? Let's see how they did. Ho, 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 ho! 15 gigawatts! Looking good! Okay, this next act is almost as funny as a monkey in a tutu. The monkey wasn't available. He's my buddy. He's your buddy. He's Buddy Boyle!
Oh, thanks, Mike. Hello, humans! Oh, you remembered! Even that guy! Like a little lower,
Oh, Ross, why'd you do that?
Oops, my finger slipped.
Oh, well, look at that, Roz. The can's half full. Ladies and gentlemen, performing the jokes you just sent in, my nephew, Buddy Wazowski.
On this one from Indiana, they want to know how do you make a tissue dance. Do you know how?
Nope.
Just put a little boogie in it. And I know somebody who likes a boogie Addison right over here. Oh, yeah, he does. Look at him go. Oh, yeah, you got a backup dancer, too. You can do it. Oh, yeah. Give it up for our dancing fellas right over there. That was awesome. Hey, Addison, do you know what you want to be when you grow up? No. Well, you're great with jokes. Maybe you might want to be a comedian like me. Help me out with one more. Knock, knock.
Who's that?
That guy. Give it for us and my new comedy partner. Thanks for the great joke.
Okay, let's give the little guy a big hand. Wasn't he great? Oh, and look at that. We did it! We filled the can! Way to go! What do you think of that, Ross?
Well, I guess I have to promote the one responsible.
Oh yeah, what's my new title?
Not you, Wazowski. That guy. Give him a big hand.
Well, that's our show!
Yeah, there's a lot to see and do at Tomorrowland, and I'm glad we had a chance to go do it here on Disney with Disabilities. So, let's try it again sometime. But for now, just enjoy the fireworks show. I told you Emmy wanted to see your likes and comments. And quite frankly, I'd like to see your comments too. Just leave them in the comment section below. And if you did like this video, why don't you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you really like this video, why don't you consider subscribing. And remember, when you do subscribe, don't forget to click on that bell icon. That way you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.